Good afternoon, everyone. In the last lecture, we have discussed the reciprocating compressor, and then we move to the root blower, that is second compressor, which is coming under the type of rotary compressor. So I hope everybody has drawn the diagram of this root blower. It is also called as a lobe blower. Diagram card is Sarvani?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if you see that the construction details for this lobe blower, or it is also called as a root blower. So there are 3 lobes on each rotor. Okay. If you see the lower rotor on which 3 lobes are there, again upper rotor over which 3 lobes are there, and the arrangement is looking like a gear meshing of the gears. Okay. जसं तुम्ही बघितलं असेल की एक ड्रायव्हिंग गिअर आणि दुसरा ड्रिव्हन गिअर at many places, where in case of 2-wheelers or 4-wheelers or maybe any machineries, so whatever the gears are there, so two gears are meshing each other. So same kind of construction you can observe in the root blower or the lobe blower. So one rotor is acting as a driver, means we are supplying the power, or we are giving the input to one of the rotor, and second is like gear driven, म्हणजे एका रोटरला फिरवला की दुसरा ऑटोमॅटिक तो फिरणार आहे, कारण त्याचा ते मेश झालेला आहे एकमेकांमध्ये, बरोबर, आणि त्यामुळे रोटेशन्स आर पॉसिबल. Now in this root blower or low blower, when atmospheric air with low pressure, when it enters into this casing and the lobes, so when it get entrapped between the lobe and casing, so this is the lobe and the casing, where the gap is very small. बघा दोघांमधला जो गॅप
Screen is not visible.
Screen is not visible. Okay, thank you. So if you see the construction details for this lobe blower, it consists of a lobes, okay, are mounted on the 2 shaft. One is driving shaft and second is driven shaft, or you can say rotors. So, and the arrangement is looking like a gear driven arrangement. If one rotor is rotated by means of external mean or external input, and second will be a gear driven, that is जर एक आपण रोटरला फिरवला एक बाहेरच्या एक्सटर्नल सप्लाय करून इनपुट देऊन, तर दुसरा काय होतो की ह्याच्यामुळे एक फिरल्यामुळे दुसरा हा इथं मेश झालेला आहे, त्यामुळे दुसरा पण फिरणार आहे, त्यामुळे त्याला म्हणलं की गिअर ड्रिव्हन अरेंजमेंट, लाईक अ गिअर ड्रिव्हन अरेंजमेंट. So as usual, this is the casing part, upper and the lower casing. Now this root blower or the low blower, this compressor, how it works, we have to see the working. When atmospheric air with low pressure, when it enters into the casing, so when it enters into casing, it get entrapped between lobes and the casing part. So when it get entrapped between the lobe and casing, the pressure of that air get increases due to the lesser area. Whatever the gap is there, it is a lesser area, and due to that lesser area, the pressure of that air get increased, and that pressurized air again it is delivered out as these rotors are rotating with a higher speed, and they are rotating continuously, and we obtain here a high pressurized air, and that will be stored at the receiver side. The receiver is nothing but a tank, and in the tank that whatever the compressed air or the high pressurized air will be stored, and through that receiver the pressurized air is supplied at respective places, respective workplaces. So like this, this low blower or the root blower compressor works. Normally this kind of compressor you can find, it's a problem. Is my screen visible? Normally this type of compressor occurs or normally used in the fish pond aeration system, or maybe marine applications, or you can say water aeration systems. So you can use this root blower compressor or the low blower compressor. Getting? So it is also kind of a positive displacement compressor. Getting? Now in this case, whatever the gap is there between this lobe and casing, to in order to avoid the wear and tear, okay, of the lobes and the casing. But its advantage is that as efficiency may get decreases because there's a gap between this casing and the lobe, but pressure rate get increases. Whatever the requirement of increasing pressure, that will get increases, but efficiency of this compressor get decreases. So our ultimate aim of this is to increase the pressure of the air. So whatever the mechanism that you can see, it is that the gap is provided between the lobe and casing. When atmospheric air will get enters, it get entrapped between the lobe and the casing, and due to this continuous rotation of the lobe, this lobes, so pressure of that air get increases as it is entrapped between lobes and the casing. Okay, and that pressurized air get delivered out by using these lobes. Okay, and it will be stored to the receiver, that is nothing but a tank. Okay, so this way this root blower or low blower compressor works. Okay, I hope you understood the its working. So for better understanding and the better visualization, so I will show one video or animation related to this low blower. 1 second. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just see the animation that what are the lobes are placed on the rotor and how they are rotating and how atmospheric air get enters and get goes out. That is a pressurized air. Okay, got it? Just can you imagine झालं का तुम्हाला सर्वांना?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there are number of videos are related to the root blower. You can watch just on the YouTube. Just search it. You can get the number of videos related to the root blower. You can watch even today. You can watch number of videos related to the root blower. Okay, so but whatever the required I have played here. So how these root blowers or what are the lobes are there, how they are rotating, and the air get compressed and pressure of that air get increased, and that pressurized air how it is delivered out through the casing. Getting सर्वांना कळलं का? एकदम सोपा आहे. लूप ब्लोअर कॉम्प्रेसर आहे की ज्यामध्ये जी ऍटमॉस्फेरिक एअर असते लो प्रेशरची, ज्यावेळेस ती लो प्रेशर एअर ज्यावेळेस केसिंग मध्ये एंट्री करेल त्यावेळेस सुरुवातीला काय होतं की लोब आणि केसिंगच्या मध्ये ती एंट्रॅप होत असते आणि ते झाल्यानंतर त्याचा जो काही एरिया आहे कॉन्टॅक्टिंग एरिया हा खूप कमी असल्यामुळं त्याचं प्रेशर वाढते आणि ती वाढलेल्या प्रेशरमुळे जी काही प्रेशराइज्ड एअर आहे ती परत डिलिव्हर होत असते. कारण ते डिलिव्हर करण्यासाठी हे रोटर जे असतात हे रोटर हाय स्पीडने फिरत असतात आणि ते काय होतात परत ते पूर्ण प्रेशराइज एअर पुढं जे काही डिस्चार्ज साइड आहे तिथून डिलिव्हर होत असते आणि रिसिव्हर मध्ये आपण स्टोअर करतो. सो दिस वे दिस लो ब्लोअर कॉम्प्रेसर वर्क्स. आता तुम्ही व्हिडिओ बघितला की कसं ऍक्च्युअली ते रोटर्स फिरतायत आणि एअर कशी त्या ठिकाणी कॉम्प्रेस करून प्रेशर त्या एअरचं वाढवलं जाते आणि ती प्रेशराइज एअर परत ते बाहेर डिलिव्हर केली जाते. तर थ्रू दिस व्हिडिओ और एनिमेशन you can understand clearly the low blower compressor works. Okay, so just shortly write down a root blower consists of two rotors.
सर हे लिहून दिले ना.
लिहून दिले?
हो.
What is remaining? Vane blower राहिले का फक्त?
हो सर.
Okay, ठीक है. Then we'll move to the next compressor, that is vane blower. Whether is it discussed? हे डिस्कस झाले?
वेन ब्लोअर नाही झाले.
हा ठीक आहे. याचे डायग्राम काढले का बघा? याचे डायग्राम काढले का? याचे डायग्राम काढले?
नाही.
ओके, प्लीज स्टार्ट ड्रॉइंग द डायग्राम. बघा ते काढताना कसं करायचं मी सांगतो की सुरुवातीला काय करा, एक सर्कल काढा. जस्ट आय विल फॉलो दिस स्टेप्स, यू कॅन फॉलो विथ मी. हे सर्कल काढून घ्या. त्याच्यानंतर मग हे डिस्क काढा, हे सर्क्युलर डिस्क काढा. ओके, हे डिस्क झाल्यानंतर परत ही केसिंग काढायचं, लक्षात ठेवा केसिंग. आता ही केसिंग कसं काढताना केलंय बघा, हे सर्क्युलर नाही एक्झॅक्टली, इट इज इसेंट म्हणजे लाईक ओव्हल शेप आहे, लक्षात ठेवा. जर तुम्ही डायग्राम व्यवस्था ऑब्झर्व केली तर इट लुक द ओव्हल शेप. Then there is a inlet section, that is what air entry of air. Then there is a exit section through which air is get delivered outside. Okay, then these are the spring loaded vanes. बघा समोर तुम्हाला राईट अँगल मध्ये दिसतात. These are the spring loaded vanes. Spring is there. Okay, and these are the vanes. Vanes काढायचे त्या ठिकाणी. केसिंग सर्क्युलर काढू नका बघा. केसिंग इज इट इज नॉट, इट इज लाईक ओव्हल शेप. डायग्राम काढा पटकन. So these are the spring loaded vanes. Can draw the casing like this. There's outlet section.
झालं सर.
Over. Boys completed. Okay, now please pay attention. So this vane blower compressor, how it works. So why the name is called as vane? Because there are spring loaded vanes are present here. So these are the vanes. It is connected to the spring. Okay. Now, if you observe carefully the construction details, there is a one disc which is placed eccentrically. Okay. Then there's a casing. There is a casing on the disc, circular disc. There are slots are provided in which spring loaded vanes are there. Then there is an inlet and outlet section. This inlet through which air get enters with low pressure, and this exit section through which pressurized air get out. Okay. Now this vane blower compressor, how it exactly works, that we have to understand. Here, this is what the center is there. It is a shaft. Okay. So as how we studied the root blower, similarly vane blower also get works. Vane blower compressor works. So this is mounted. This disc is rotating with the help of some external motor. When the disc get rotates, so whatever the atmospheric air with low pressure get entrapped between these two vanes. So suppose this is two. If you consider these vanes, 1 and 2nd. Okay. Just I will highlight 1 and 2 vanes. So whatever the air will get comes at the inlet section or inlet side. So it will get entrapped between these vanes, and the disc, whatever the disc is there, this disc is placed eccentrically. So due to these spring loaded vanes, these vanes are moving toward the center. So definitely disc will come nearer to the casing side, and definitely the whatever the pressure of that air will get increases at the inlet section only, and that pressurized air again it is delivered out through the deliver section or the exit section as with the help of this rotating disc. Okay. So basically whatever the compression or whatever the pressure of the air get increases, it is at the inlet section only between the two vanes. आता याचा अर्थ असा नाही की खालच्या बाजूला फक्त ऑलवेज डिस्क येणार आहे. It will come on the upper side also. Okay. So when it get entrapped between whatever the atmospheric air get entrapped between these two vanes and the casing, so the pressure of that air get increases, and due to this increasing pressure, it is delivered out through the exit section as it is rotating the disc continuously, and the pressurized air get delivered out. Okay. So for better understanding, I will play one video related to this vane blower. You can get your clarity. Just a minute. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
हा बघा हे कसं वेन्स आहेत बघा. So disk is rotating. So here area is smaller. Actually this is so that how the vanes are operating. बघा दिसतंय का ते? How the vanes are operating, spring loaded vanes are operating. Accordingly, the pressure of the air will get increased by using this mechanism. Can you see the animation?
Yes, sir.
Just observe carefully. कसं ते होतंय बघा. The air get enters. The air will get enters like this, and whenever there is a small gap, definitely pressure of that air get increased. Okay. बघा ते दिसतंय सर्व ना? Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, are you clear? This reciprocating compressor. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the working of a wind blower compressor. So write about this wind blower. Write down. We'll write its working instead of construction. Now it is clear to all. It is a disc on which radial slots are there. In the radial slots, the vanes are placed. There's inlet section, outlet section. Then there's a circular disc. All this is the construction part. Okay. So we'll not write the construction part. We'll have the focus on only working of this vane blower. फक्त वर्किंग बघूयात. construction काय तुम्ही इझिली ते समोर जे दिसतात ते तुम्ही त्याबद्दल लिहू शकता. So we'll write about the vane blower working. Write down. When disc starts rotating, when disc starts rotating, some quantity of air is entrapped between entrapped between two vanes in front of the inlet. Full stop. A disc rotates. Sorry, as a disc rotates, the springs are compressed. ज्यावेळी डिस्क रोटेट होईल त्यावेळेस स्प्रिंग्स काय होणार, कॉम्प्रेस होत जाणार. The springs are compressed and vanes moves towards center, and vanes जे काही veins आहेत, these are the veins. You can see the veins are veins are moves towards the center. Veins are moves towards the center of the disc. Comma, because of this movement of veins towards the center of the disc, comma, the volume of the air between veins decreases. कारण डिस्क इसेंट्रिकली मूव्ह होते, त्यामुळे इथलं बरोबर व्हॉल्यूम कमी होतं आणि त्यामुळे प्रेशर वाढतं. Volume of the air between the veins decreases and pressure increases. Full stop. Next paragraph. When veins comes, W-H-E-N, veins comes, when veins comes in front of inlet, the high pressurized air is delivered. The high pressurized air is delivered. The high pressurized air. The high pressurized air is delivered to the receiver. To the receiver from the outlet. From the outlet. From the outlet. And this cycle repeats. And this cycle repeats. And this cycle repeats. Okay, so this is about the working of a vane blower. You can say vane blower compressor. लक्षात आलं? Understood? अजूनही क्लॅरिटी ज्यांना असेल त्यांनी युट्यूब वरती जाऊन बघायचं ते कसं फिरतंय आणि कसं ते वेन्स कॉम्प्रेस होतं आणि ती एअर कशी येत असते आणि ती एअर कॉम्प्रेस होऊन प्रेशर त्याचं वाढते आणि ती प्रेशराइज एअर परत कशी डिलिव्हर्ड आउट होते. ओके, इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू इमॅजिन theoretically you can just watch the video. Okay, so through the video also you can get clarity how the vane blower compressor works. ठीक है, shall we proceed next? लक्ष द्या सर्वांच्या. 3 कॉम्प्रेसर महत्वाचे आहेत. रेसिप्रोकेटिंग कॉम्प्रेसर, रूट ब्लोअर कॉम्प्रेसर आणि व्हेन ब्लोअर कॉम्प्रेसर. Okay, so here 3 types of the compressor are completed. लक्ष द्या सर्वांच्या. Hello. Okay, there's an instruction that can you repeat the first statement of this compressor. Okay, when disk starts rotating, some quantity of air is entrapped between two vanes, two TWO, two vanes in front of inlet. Now is it okay? Hello. Okay. तिथं आपलं कॉम्प्रेसरचा जो पार्ट आहे तो इथं फिनिश झालेला आहे. ओके, ज्या नोट्स मी दिले त्या नोट्स वाचा. प्रिपेअर वेल. इफ युअर डाउट्स, डिफिकल्टीज, कन्फ्युजन्स, यू कॅन कॉल मी. I will resolve. Next, we will move to the next part. That is the last point of this chapter. That is turbine. Do the heading. Turbine. Turbine. Now, so this turbine, is it a power absorbing device or power producing device?
Power producing.
It is a power producing device. Very good. Because this turbine produces mechanical power. Whatever the fluid is flowing toward the turbine. So during this flow of fluid, it extracts the energy and get converts into mechanical energy. Okay. So let us understand the actual meaning or the actual meaning of a hydraulic turbine. Normally we prefer hydraulic turbines. There are gas turbines, steam turbines, hydraulic turbines. Okay, so this hydraulic turbines, where we can see that pressure and kinetic energy of the water is converted into, or you can say whatever the energy, pressure and kinetic energy of the water, because we know that in case of a hydraulic power plant, where you can see the dam